and all, welcome back to the Indian Institute of Studies and Services, where you study, succeed and serve. And this is Sanya Khan presenting to you this edition on research methods in English studies. And in this first edition, we are going to talk about textual analysis, taking it as the first method of research in English studies as well as allied disciplines of social sciences and humanities. Now, this topic is important from UGC-NET as well as CUT, UG-PG entrance tests of various universities, as well as if you are a research scholar or going to appear for Ph.D. entrance tests, then also this comes to be very handy. Now, what is textual analysis? Textual analysis is that a type of research especially applied in English studies and allied disciplines, which tend to explore the implication and the inclusion of culture and new historicism into the very inscription of the text and its artifact. In other words, the textual analysis analyzes the text from its within, from its inner core, to understand and to pick out the instances and examples of cultural implications and cultural aspects found within the text from its stylistic point of view, from the selection of words, from the point of view of its plot, setting and characterization, the spatial and temporal aspects, so on and so forth. Now, as far as this cultural analysis of the text is concerned, then it goes beyond the mere cultural analysis as proposed by Stephen Greenblatt. It goes to new historicism as well as the structuralism and post-structuralist theories of Claude Lévi-Strauss, Ferdinand de Saussure, and the deconstructionist theory of critics and theorists like Roland Barthes and his theory of the invisibility of the author or the death of the author. Now, going ahead, it extends to the culture of feminism as well, and its four waves of feminism, ranging from Mary Wollstonecraft till Virginia Woolf, and in recent times, talking about about Western critics and also media critics who have been very much prominent figures in feminist criticism as well, such as Laura Murphy, who has criticized the objectified images of women in the Western media. Then it ranges to the idea of simulacra as proposed by Baudelaire, and to the whole notion of post-truth. Okay, this is somewhat similar to what we talk about in discourse analysis. In other words, textual analysis and discourse analysis, they come handy as parallel, and in many terms they are similar yet different. But based on the differences of these two research methods in English studies, we'll talk about the discourse analysis or the discourse method of English studies, research in English studies. We'll talk about the discourse method in the next edition. However, coming back to the textual analysis, it ranges till eco-criticism in recent times, say since the past decade, as well as to the analysis of texts from the post-colonial perspective, such as Shakespeare's texts have been taken under the scrutiny of post-colonial studies and criticism by critics, such as the character of Caliban, for example. Next, psychoanalytic criticism, which is so very important when we talk about the textual analysis, because as I said in the very beginning of this edition of this lecture, that characterization forms one major part of the textual research in English studies and allied disciplines. So when we talk about characterization, we also have to focus on the psychological and pathological dimensions of the characters who are present within a particular text. Now, these texts can be translated as well as the originals. In case of translated texts, there can be a cultural dichotomy which could be formed because of translating the text from one, not only from one language to the other language, but also from one culture to the other culture, you know. So, as far as the psychoanalytic criticism is concerned within the textual research of in English studies, we talk about Freudian psychoanalysis as well as Lacanian psychoanalysis and a few other psychoanalytic critics. So, coming back to the very definition of textual analysis, it checks and it explores the implication and the inscription of cultural as well as new historical approaches found within the very construction of the text, taking as example the plot, setting and characterization, as well as the spatial temporal aspects, the lexical units, the stylistics of the text, so on and so forth. It also ranges to various other cross-disciplinary studies of a text, such as the feminist studies or psychoanalytic study, intertextual and extratextual studies, structuralist, post-structuralist and deconstructionist studies, so on and so forth. So this is all about the textual research or applying the textual research within the paradigm of English studies and its applied other applied subjects. And in the next edition, we'll come up with a new form of research method in English studies, which is again so very important from the UGC-NET point of view in particular, and CUET, as well as for PhD entrance tests, and also to carry out the research within English studies if you are a research scholar. So the next edition will be dedicated to something called the discourse analysis or the discourse research within English studies. Okay. So till then, stay blessed, stay happy. This is Sanya Khan from the Indian Institute of Studies and Services. See you in the next edition. Till then, have a nice time ahead. Stay blessed, stay happy. Bye-bye.